Hey y'all, hey, this is your girl Jnaha. You may recognize me on Instagram as Jnaha underscore the underscore poet, or on TikTok as seasoned Jen. I write poetry and I write books. That's what I'm most known for. I'm from the Bay Area. I used to live across the street from a black owned bookstore for about 10 years of my life. And it taught me a lot. I also come from a really big family. I'm one of eight. My mother is one of eight, and I have an auntie that has eight children as well. I grew up in the church faithfully every Sunday. And then I was a part of a church choir, so I was at church like probably 3 times a week. Um, so my journey for me, although I grew up with a religious background as a child, I've always kind of struggled with identifying with religion. Even when I read the book, some of the things in the Bible make absolutely no justifiable sense, no moral sense. And so I stopped aligning myself with the Bible. Actually, joining Facebook and just being introduced to Egyptology, cosmology, Kamal, Kemet, and the teachings, like the Book of the Life or Book of Dead, being introduced to those things on social media is what helped me to understand exactly what spectrum that I fell on. Was it religion or spirituality? I learned that I'm more spiritual. I've been spiritual my whole life. I just couldn't understand that that's what it was. I don't think that my family understood that that's what it was because they've always labeled me crazy or mentally ill or off, even though nothing about my life displays that I'm mentally off. I've had a career and been working since I was 13. I've been in the same career field for the past 12 years. Um, I've always been stable, been living on my own since I'm 19. So nothing about my life proves that I'm mentally ill. But I do come from people who are religious and they live by their religion, even if as hypocritical as they may be in that lifestyle. Um, but it forced me to kind of find my own way because I kind of like was, treated like the outcast. So I had to really figure out why. And now I understand why, because I'm spiritual. I live a spiritual life. I live by the spiritual laws, the code of spirituality and cosmology and the universe. And coming into contact with these books helped me to understand that. So with that said, I'm here to really kind of talk about the parallels or the differences between religion and spirituality, and the impact that that has had on the Black community or just society as a whole. When you are undereducated or miseducated, you and or misinformed, then that means you are misguided and you live a misguided life until you come into that form of consciousness or raw energy to where you understand not only where you came from, but where you're headed. So